This actually happened. A battlefield frozen in fear, an entire army paralyzed, not by thousands of enemies, but by one man, a giant. For 40 days, he stood there, mocking, shouting, humiliating an entire nation, and no one dared to move until a shepherd boy arrived, unknown, untrained, unarmed, but chosen. His name was David, and what happened that day was not just a battle, it was the beginning of a king. The valley of Elah stood silent. On one side, the army of Israel, on the other, the Philistines, and in between them, a shadow of terror. His name was Goliath, a warrior described in 1 Samuel 17:4, a champion, nearly 10 feet tall, covered in bronze, armed for destruction. Every single day, as written in 1 Samuel 17:16, he stepped forward and challenged Israel, "Choose a man to fight me." But no one came, not even King Saul, because as it is written in 1 Samuel 17:11, they were terrified. Far from the battlefield, there was no armor, no war, no glory, only sheep. David was just a boy, a shepherd, sent by his father, as described in 1 Samuel 17:17, not to fight, but to deliver food. Yet the moment he heard Goliath's voice, something inside him changed. While others heard fear, David heard disrespect. David was not just a boy, he was already being shaped in silence. While no one was watching, he had fought battles no one saw. As he reveals in 1 Samuel 17:34-36, he had faced lions, he had fought bears, and he had won, not with strength, but with faith, because David understood something that the entire army had forgotten. The Lord who delivered me before will deliver me again. This was not confidence. This was conviction. And deep inside, even if no one else knew yet, David was already becoming a king. When David offered to fight, it sounded insane. A boy against a giant. King Saul tried to protect him, giving him armor, a sword, a chance to survive. But David refused, as written in 1 Samuel 17:38-39. "I cannot go with these." Because David knew something powerful. He would not win by becoming someone else. He would win by being exactly who he was. So instead, he picked up 5 smooth stones and a sling, just as written in 1 Samuel 17:40. The moment had come. Goliath looked at David and laughed. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" But David didn't stop. He stepped forward and declared something that would echo through history. "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord." And then he ran, not away from the giant, but toward it, one stone. That was all it took. As written in 1 Samuel 17:49, the stone struck Goliath, directly in the forehead. The giant fell, and in that moment, the impossible became reality. As it is written in 1 Samuel 17:50, David defeated the giant without a sword. Everyone saw a giant, but David saw something else. Not fear, not danger, but purpose. That day, a shepherd defeated a warrior. But more than that, a king was revealed. Because David didn't win when the stone hit the giant. He had already won in the moments no one saw. And maybe the greatest battles are the ones fought in silence, before the world ever notices.